Let's party. Life's always a party. Let's go.
Yo, what's going on? How we doing out there today?
You always ask them how they're doing as if they can respond back to you.
Well, I just want to make sure that our fans know that we love them and we appreciate them. So
I like that. Life is good for me because on the way here, had the windows down, getting to that spring weather, and I had the Biebs blasting in the Ford Focus, Paul.
Justin Bieber got that new album out. It's pretty solid. If you listen to it, I checked it out. Ryan, big fan.
I've always been a big Bieber guy. Like back in the day,
you were. Yeah,
I would make those like cringe. I would make those cringe videos where I would sing like what are some like
you were like lip syncing.
Need Somebody to Love and all those. But now like Peaches, I get my peaches out in Georgia. I was singing it all pre-show, and I had to work that one line into this show. But the album hits, dude. That dude puts out bangers. That's what he does.
I've talked to my girlfriend about this before, and we were talking about like just Justin Bieber, his longevity, I think, in the music industry. No matter what, I mean, there was at one point, there were just so many songs that he was putting out like consistently. He would just put out single, hit, like he's just killing it.
He had a lot of critics too, of like, oh, he can't sing. But one thing I want to talk about him before we get into another like Marvel news of the day.
Yeah.
I saw he did. You ever see those Tiny Desk concerts where artists go on? You never saw a Tiny Desk concert?
I have no clue what you're talking. What
Dude,
is
I got to
it?
send you a couple of these. So it's basically they get a little band, and they used to go into a library, and they would perform like their new album songs in the library. Mac Miller is like one of the most famous ones. He did one. Adele's done it. T-Pain's done it. And Justin Bieber did one recently, and it's good to see these artists actually perform live.
Is that where the video of Peaches like came from?
Yeah, with him on the piano.
Yeah.
So basically, Tiny Desk concerts, they'll have these artists who come out with albums, and they'll play like some songs from their albums live. But it used to be in a library, but since quarantine, he had to do it from his house. But I'll send you a couple links, Paul. I'll get you caught up on Tiny Desk concerts.
Well, that's where I first saw or heard Peaches. Was actually from that video. It was circulating on Twitter, and that's the first time I heard it. And I was like, "Damn, this is a banger."
I get those peaches out in Georgia.
But okay,
I get my weed from California.
Get that good kush.
Do I sound just like him?
No, you're very different from Justin Bieber.
So what's in the Marvel news today, Paul?
So I was telling Ryan we got to talk about this.
We have to talk about it.
This is interesting.
We gotta talk about it.
So something
we have.
Get out. This is very big news dealing with the movies and like Hollywood
big news
industry. Is that Disney has moved the release date for Black Widow. It was originally to kick off the summer, May 6th. That's usually Marvel's date, and that's where it was like last year.
Wait. Black Widow is Scarlett Johansson, correct?
Correct.
Does she have a movie right now already?
No, this is her solo Black Widow film.
Damn, so it's got a lot of hype around it.
It's got a lot of hype. It was supposed to kick off Phase 4 of Marvel, kick off the summer blockbuster movie season last year. Obviously, COVID shut it down. It was getting pushed back. And we're like, okay, this is the movie that you could see would bring everyone back to the movie theater.
So it was already pushed back, you said?
Yeah, I mean, it was supposed to come out last May.
Then it got pushed back
to this May.
Recently?
Yeah, and now it got pushed back to July. And it also got put on Disney Plus. So you can get it on Disney Plus for like $30, Premiere Access. But it's just big news because now all the movies have pushed back. The theater industry is like, I don't know now, like at least for a few more months. But, Disney, Marvel, they're just trying to really save themselves and make sure they get enough money as they can from this movie.
So were they always going to put it on the streaming platform, or is it because it keeps getting pushed back that they're going to put it on the streaming platform and kind of just like wave the white flag and like, yo, we'll just put it on the streaming platform?
I think that's kind of what it is. Honestly, it's just, it's weird because I think Wonder Woman, the sequel 1984, was kind of the same way with this. Was like it kept getting pushed back and then pushed back and pushed back, and by doing that, it was like losing its hype. Like it was losing its hype. I'm like, I felt like I've already seen it. Like, why are we even talking about this movie anymore? Like, they did a 6-month-long ad campaign, and you're just like, all right, like I'm ready to see this movie and get it done with. And I think the more they keep pushing it back, the more money they're going to lose. So, I mean, I'm glad Marvel, and I think especially with Marvel too, where their storyline is continuous.
Yeah.
Like they can't afford to keep pushing it back.
Screwing them up.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, there's the Marvel news of the day.
Marvel news.
Marvel news of the day, baby.
Justin Bieber. We're kicking the show off hot. What do we got, Ryan?
We got drinking. We love to drink. We gotta start the show with stop. What is this? Stop copying me.
That's what I've realized.
Marvel news of the day.
The last couple shows, I've realized.
Stop doing this. You just did it again.
I'm pointing at the camera.
Marvel news, fever.
I've realized we've started the show the last like 3 weeks.
Again.
3 weeks with drinking. So it's pretty dope.
Because we are alcoholics, so it's what we do.
What's the first segment, Rob?
So what great alcoholics do is we tell others what's the best way to binge drink.
What's the way to get the drunkest and be that life of the party?
I mean, we've had our fair share of binge drinking nights almost every time we drink.
I agree, yeah.
So we're going to give you guys at home some of the best drinking tools that will help you binge drink.
Sounds good.
Binge drink.
Binge drinking, baby. It's what we're doing. Rock on.
All right, so the first tool is the simple... It's not a tool. It's kind of just a way to shotgun, and there's separate tools that help you shotgun. So shotgun is the number one way to binge drink. So I get a lot of pushback for the way I shotgun because a lot of people do the simple, you press your keys, right, on the can, and it goes like a little hole, and then you like work your way and make it into a big hole. Kid show. And so what I do is I grab my keys and I just get my Bud Light and I just smash it, and it literally just everywhere.
A big punch. I feel like that's not the best way. You're wasting beer there.
Yeah, but it's the most entertaining way.
Okay,
and
that makes sense.
It's also the quickest and the less strenuous. So you basically just grab the beer and just and it just sprays everywhere and it's already open.
Have you seen people shotgun with their teeth? They'll like open a beer with their teeth.
Yeah, the kid that's famous on TikTok does that. The dude, you know who I'm talking about, the shotgun kid.
Okay, I'm not sure.
You know he has black hair. The girls love him.
Oh, Two-Turn Tony?
No, not Two-Turn Tony. But the kid literally he catches like Bud Light, or not Bud Light, like mostly White Claws, and he'll crack it with his teeth. It's a burping dude. He'll shotgun and he'll burp.
Okay.
Paul has no idea what I'm talking
I
about.
don't know, but I mean, I feel like
that's very dangerous.
That's a dangerous way to binge drink. I mean, I know people who literally will like open like a Corona. They'll try to open a Corona bottle with their teeth.
Dude, speaking of Justin Bieber, Haley Baldwin did that on the Jimmy Fallon Tonight Show.
Did she? That's pretty dope. I feel like that's badass for a girl.
She was on the show, on Jimmy Fallon's Tonight Show.
Yeah.
And Jimmy was like, oh, I heard you got a special talent. And they brought out a Corona, and
That's
she dead
dope.
ass opened the Corona with her teeth. I was like, okay.
That's pretty hot.
I see. Okay, all right.
If a girl knows how to drink it, you gotta like that from a guy perspective, right?
I did just learn how to do the bottle opener with the table.
Okay.
So you like put the bottle on the end of the table and then you like smack it down. It's pretty cool.
I always get nervous when
Crowd goes wild.
Gotta be that life of the party.
Yeah, because like we talked about last show, we gotta live up to the hype. So a simple shotgun. We also want to eventually get shotgun tools to give out. We were talking about this last night. Me and Paul were brainstorming on some ideas moving forward. And a shotgun tool would be really dope with our Life of Party logo on it. So that's one way you can... did you ever have a shotgun tool?
I never... Ryan's talking about like a shotgun, like it's on your keychain.
Yeah, the keychain.
And it's like a punch hole thing that you keep it on your keychain. So instead of popping the...
Instead of doing mine.
Yeah.
Explosion.
With the can with like your keys, it's a nice tool that gives you like a good hole in the Bud Light or whatever.
Are you good? Before we get off this one and the next one, are you a good shotgunner?
I feel like I'm above average. I don't think I'm amazing at it, but I feel like I'm pretty good at it.
Okay. I was just wondering.
What are you? I think you're a pretty good shotgunner.
I'm pretty good, but we'll get to a few other binge drinking things that I'm a lot better and excel in.
Okay. I'm excited to hear.
Okay, what's the next one?
Next thing we're continuing with, this is on the line of shotgunning. We had some cool friends we reached out to that we met through TikTok actually that created this tool.
TikTok connections.
This is the pump action shotgun tool. Here, Rod, can you grab that for me?
Oh gosh. We didn't go over this in pre-show.
We have it on the table here. I want to show it. I
there
told
goes
you
Tiger.
one thing, that don't take tip over Tiger here on the set. And that's what he did. But this is pretty cool. If you're on YouTube or, this is the pump action shotgun tool. This is from Drunk Engineers. They were really dope to hook us up. So we're pretty dope. Like, we just love that. If you want to get one of these, you can get one of these actually. If you check out the link in our bio on Instagram or TikTok or wherever, you can get this for 10% off of the price. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, with our promotion code. We're a big deal now. We got a promotion code.
Our
promotion code, Life's a Party.
There you go. Don't forget the promotion code.
Life's a Party promotion code.
But this is pretty dope. So instead of like using your shotgun tool like in your beer, you put your beer in this like cup thing. It's pretty dope. You turn it, you pop the hole or punch the hole, and then you go and you just do your shotgun right there. It's like a one-and-all device.
And you can't be a rookie with that.
No.
Like, you can become a seasoned vet, and then once you become a seasoned vet at accomplishing this, you'll be well respected in the shotgun industry.
That's what's cool.
Just like the drunk engineers, they're masters at it.
Yeah, they're good at it. And I feel like it's just it's a learning curve. You know what I mean? Me and Ryan, we tried it out for like one night. We ended up going through like 8 beers. We were like messing with it, having a good time. But if you pull this out at a party, you're going to be the life of the party.
Wait, I got one more thing on this. How do you bring that to a party? Like, how do you go about bringing that? Like, I want to get my shotgun tool and bring it to the party. You got to wear a fanny pack? Like, is that the move?
I think fanny packs are coming back in. So if you got one, you put a few Bud Lights in your fanny pack, got the shotgun tool ready to go. I mean,
I like a holster on.
Yeah.
Shotgun tool holster. All right, so to the next binge drinking tool, my personal favorite, the funnel. I call it the funnel, but normal people call it the beer bong. So, we actually have it right here.
A beer bong, I think, is one of the oldest uses of like funnel. Binge drinking.
In college, my nickname was actually Daddy Funnel.
I can adhere to that. That was correct.
Because I was so fast at funneling beers that I would like walk around campus at Coastal Carolina University, and they'd be like, "Yo, that's Daddy Funnel." I'd be like, "Yo, can you do a funnel?" I'm like, "Well, I'm not carrying a funnel in class."
That's the normal thing. You just be walking through the quad. Yeah. He's like, "Yo, where's your funnel?" I'd be like, "Come on, bro."
Yo, Daddy Funnel. I don't know what time I got. I think it was like 3. I might have been in the 2s, like 2.88. I don't know if that's fast. I don't know. It was a long time ago. I might be washed up now.
Okay.
But maybe one time I don't think I've done a funnel on Life's a Party TikTok or Instagram. Maybe I'll have to do that.
Now, something we used to do in high school, that was a big thing where we would always time everyone's like funnel time.
Do you remember the one night I brought a funnel to our party, and in my notes section I had all of our friends' names. I just thought of this. I had all of our friends' names in the notes section of my phone, and we had a contest on how many funnels each person could do and how many shotguns they could do. So it would be like Paul. It would say funnels, shotguns, and we'd get a green check every time he did a funnel or every time he did a shotgun.
There was one night in particular where we did that, and we had like 12 or like 15
that one did not
of us.
end well.
Yeah, we had like 15 of us in the house, and we drank all day, and we're like, all right, you can't leave the house that night without checking off your certain number of shotguns and certain number of funnels. So
that's a good friend right there. And one last story I have on a beer funnel is I was so messed up one night that I accidentally poured a Pepsi into the funnel and tried to chug it out of the funnel. See, the problem was back then, or even maybe now, the Pepsi can is very similar to a Bud Light can.
It's that same color blue, you know what I mean?
So I just went in the fridge, grabbed the first blue can I see, give it to, I forget who I gave it to, I think one of our girlfriends, and she poured it into the funnel, and I started to go to chug it, and I was like struggling. I couldn't do it. It was because it was so bubbly and like, what's that, carbonated? Yeah, carbonated, I couldn't even chug it. So if you could chug a Pepsi in the funnel, let us know.
Quick story, something in college, I think last year, 2 years ago, I was in a room just like chilling with some friends, and I ended up shotgunning a Pepsi just to see if I could do it. Dude, like Ryan said, it is extremely hard because of the carbonation. But it's a fun time. Like that's you just gotta prep and get better at your shotgun, no matter what's in the can.
People like shotgun Red Bull. Like you're a big Red Bull guy. Have you ever shotgunned a Red Bull, Paul?
I feel like that's an instant heart attack.
You never did it?
No, I'm not trying to die.
Instant heart attack, but he brings over the big ass Red Bull can. But that's an instant heart attack.
Well, I think.
Instant heart attack.
I think sipping it throughout the night is like okay, but I think taking it all at once. It's
well, the TikTokers, they always shotgun Bang energy drinks.
They do.
And the drunk engineers, they chug, I don't know, it was like bubbly water or something.
Yeah, they do different types of alcoholic drinks.
So you don't have to use these tools for beer, but we recommend alcohol, but you can also use other beverages. All right, what's the next one?
The next one is the Chug Bud.
Oh, I love the Chug Bud.
So I don't really know the Chug Bud that well. I feel like this is a newer type of binge drinking tool. Ryan has some experience with this.
I have a little too much experience with the Chug Bud. So basically what it is, it's basically like a plunger. Like literally how you plunge your shit. You open up your can first, then you get the plunger that plunges your shit, and you put it on top of the can. And then once you put it on top of the can, it has attached a key, like literally a key that's attached Velcro to the side of the plunger tube. You take the key out, and then you put it up in your mouth, and then you literally punch the can with the key to create an air pocket. Then you pull the air pocket and literally just chug. It's called the Chug Bud.
So instead of like a plunger, instead of like a wooden stick, it's a tube, right? So you crack open the can, and then put it on. So, once you pour it, the liquid can go through.
It's literally like it's a newer shotgun tool, and it's one of my personal favorites just because it's very similar to the funnel.
Yeah.
But a lot smaller, and you can literally take it anywhere you go. Well, not anywhere you go, but I do.
I always have it in my back pocket. Ryan at school couldn't carry around the funnel, and he was pissed. So once he found something very similar, that was the next option.
I told Paul last night, I was like, dude, I want to DM Chug Bud so bad because I want them to like sponsor us. Like, I want a Chug Bud to sponsor us, and we'll give them some love on the podcast. And the more beers I get to Chug Bud, I think that's our next step is to get sponsored by Chug Bud. So Chug Bud, if you're listening to this at home, hit us up.
There you go.
Next,
Next one. What do we got?
We got the Ice Luge. Now, I think we mixed these up because Paul has an Ice Luge story, and I don't even know what an Ice Luge is. So, Paul, can you please inform me of what an Ice Luge is?
So, Ice Luge is definitely the most expensive thing on the list.
Expensive?
Yeah. So, an Ice Luge...
It's an actual product.
Yes and no.
Okay.
Because it can, disappear. So, it's a block of ice. Oh. So it's something really cool that we've done at like our fraternity parties up at when I went to school, and people bring it to like weddings and maybe like a bachelor party or something like that. It's an expensive block of ice, usually like $80-$90 or no, I think it was like $180 for this block of ice.
You buy it on a website and they ship it? No,
you like buy it. No, you can't ship this thing. You you like order it from a company that does it, whatever. You go pick it up. I remember the guys going to pick it up and like pulling it from their car, but it's this huge block of ice. It's probably like 4 foot, 4.5 feet, like 5 feet long. Mm-hmm. And then it's maybe like 2 feet tall, and it's like a slide for your alcohol. So you pour in the alcohol, usually like a shot, maybe vodka. I've seen different people pour like whiskey and different like alcoholic drinks. Yeah, like Jaeger or like whatever.
What about like you know what'd be cool? Like a Jello shot, and you slide it across like a slide, and then you just bite the Jello. We gotta try that.
But it's like a big triangle. So you have like a friend who pours the alcohol at the top. You get down to the bottom, usually like on your knees, or you bend down, and then usually there's like 2 or 3 spots or whatever, and you do it with a group of friends. Like it's a fun like drinking idea.
So my one takeaway from the explanation: this seems cool and all, but it does not seem very sanitary.
Yeah, but it's ice, so it melts. So then all the germs go away. You know what I mean?
So it's almost like a slide, water slide. And then at the end of the water slide, like a waterfall into your mouth.
Yes, exactly.
So you're not necessarily putting your mouth on the ice.
You don't have to. Most people do, though.
They do?
Yeah. Just because it gets real close. It's the liquid's not sliding that fast.
So now, do you go by yourself, or do like 2 people go at the same time?
No, you would usually go with like a friend or a group of people, depending on how many. So say
they're drinking like
spots there are.
Jack Daniels, and you're drinking Twisted Tea.
That's fine.
They can cross paths.
They don't usually.
They usually don't?
But I've seen ones where it does, but usually like there's different slots.
It sounds pretty fun. We should try that.
It's pretty dope. It's expensive. You got to get a group of friends.
I never heard of how you have to purchase the Ice Luge. I mean, it sounds like a day drinking thing.
It is. It's a nice like day party thing.
So once it comes out, do you have like a certain amount of time before it melts?
Depending on what the heat is. Like we used it in like May. On a Saturday in May. It was pretty hot, and it lasts the whole day. I mean, it's a huge chunk of ice. Like if you imagine a 4.5 foot by 2.5 foot.
Is it cold if I hold it?
Yes. It's ice, dude. What do you think, man?
All right. So Ice Luge, maybe we'll have to try that one out. Eh?
Next one. What do we got?
We have the famous crowbar. Okay, this is kind of just an honorable mention. Most people don't use a crowbar. I mean, maybe if they're from like Texas or the South, I could see them using a crowbar or a hammer.
It's a rare item.
But as you can see from my past story and my keys and how I used to shotgun, I mean, it's just going to explode anyway. So why not make it more entertaining and make it more of an impact? So what I did was I found a crowbar in my parents' garage, grabbed the crowbar, hold the can, boom, give the crowbar a hit, psh, explodes, bigger hole, bigger success.
Bigger mess.
Bigger mess. That's it. But that's all she wrote.
I remember that's all she wrote. Ryan used to, I think it was It was probably this summer that the crowbar first came out, right?
Yeah.
So this past summer, the crowbar first came out. I remember going over to Ryan's house, maybe watching like UFC fights, and he would be
that was the only sport on at the time.
He'd be like, "All right, time to crowbar," and everyone's like, "What the hell do you mean crowbar?" And then his brother would go grab the crowbar. I'm like, okay.
Get the cameras out. Showtime.
But it's like a fun, different way of drinking. It's a little messy. But if you're having a good time and you're pretty fucked up already, then do it.
Dude, one last thing on that. My parents actually hid the crowbar from me.
Well, that makes sense, honestly.
Because what happened was I was kind of like in my back porch and it got like splatters all over the wall. So I think they hid the crowbar from me. So I'm still on the hunt for that. If I find it, I might have another party and we might be crowbarring. But until then, crowbar no longer.
The next one we got, final one here for the tools to help you binge drink, is something newer that neither of us have tried yet.
Nope.
But this is called the Kong. And I've seen it on social media. Ryan was looking it up last night. We were talking about it. And it's the same idea. It's like a portable beer bong, right? Yeah. Like it's a portable beer bong. It looks like a cup almost. Or like a koozie.
It's like those straws you used to get, the bendy straws, the big fat bendy straws. It's
yes.
It's like a cup. It's like a koozie. It's like this with a bendy big ass straw that hello. And then that comes underneath and then you suck it out, I guess. But this is what we were talking about last night. It's like I didn't really understand how the beer, because as they display it, they have the beer inside the koozie. And I was like, Paul, how do they get the beer out from underneath of it? Because it flows from at the bottom of the cup.
Yeah, so it's like a koozie, and then you put your beer in it, and you can just walk around with it. So it's like that's kind of what it is. And then you say, hey, if I want to chug my beer this time or whatever, you'll take your can out of the koozie. There's a bendy straw, as Ryan said, that is your funnel, basically. You undetach it from the koozie, and then you pour your beer into the koozie and chug it through the straw.
Yeah, I was just stupid. I thought you like cut a hole in the bottom of the can, and then I don't know what I was thinking.
But I told Ryan this. I was like, I don't know if that's so sanitary. Like, your koozie's holding your beer, and then you're pouring your liquid actually into that item. Like, I don't know.
And then you get your next beer and put it in your koozie, and it mixes. Yeah, I mean, at this point, we're binge drinking, so I don't think we really give a shit what's sanitary and what's not.
I agree. That's what makes sense. From a sober perspective, we're like, oh, it's probably unsanitary. But at the same time, when you're 5, 6, 10 beers in, I don't think it really matters.
Nothing matters at that point. All right, so what is our next block? Paul, give it to me. Let's go.
The next one, we are going to some Disney theories.
Disney theories.
So this kind of, as Ryan last week had some NBA and sports conspiracy theories, we kind of said, hey, let's do some like movie or like entertainment conspiracy theories. And we discovered some insane Disney conspiracy theories.
Yeah, these are pretty nuts. I'd never even heard of these. Let's talk about them, baby.
Let's get into it.
Get into it. Disney theory.
The first one we want to talk about is Walt Disney's body. No.
He's got a sexy body.
You said Walt Disney's body? It's his head, dude.
I don't know what it is. I just know it's something about his body or something.
So I was reading this, but hold on. So this is about Walt Disney and his frozen head. Basically, because Walt Disney was very interested in cryogenics and futuristic science, many people believe that Walt Disney's frozen head is actually buried somewhere in Walt Disneyland.
So just his head. So they're trying to say that they chopped off his body and they put his head frozen like underneath Disney World.
Well, they saved his head for the future. So they have the technology, but we can't like revive him right now. That maybe if we freeze his head in the future, we'll be able to dethaw him.
What? That is nuts.
That's where the theory comes about.
That gave me like a little bit of goosebumps right there.
But many theorists actually believe that his head is laid. Well, his body's like gone, right? But his head was laid to rest under Sleeping Beauty's castle, and that, however, a lot of people say the theory is just not true. Disney says, or Disney's family has claimed that his body was cremated 2 days after his death.
Well, so they're saying they chopped his head off. They beheaded him. They sprayed his ashes in, I don't know, anywhere around the park.
Wherever.
And then they froze him underneath Sleeping Beauty's castle. What is that, the main castle?
Yeah, the center of the park of Disneyland.
So like the big castle. The castle is Sleeping Beauty's castle.
Correct, like in a basement, like in the park.
So the whole reason of this is to eventually bring him back to life? How do you bring somebody back to life with no head? No body.
He's just, they only need his brain. That's the thing.
Jesus, dude, that's kind of freaky. I don't believe that shit.
There's two things with...
We could do an ice luge off of Walt Disney's head.
Yes, you could, dude.
That'd be pretty gnarly. We should try that out.
There's two things with this theory about Walt Disney's frozen head. One thing is that Disney wanted to kind of like sweep this under the rug, which, makes sense, right? As a corporation. So
literally sweep it under the rug.
there you go, right? So Disney came out with Disney's Frozen in 2013, famous film, right? And this is like Anna, Elsa, you got your boy Olaf in there.
Love Olaf.
And now, used to, like maybe like 10 years ago, you would search on Google Walt Disney's Frozen head or Walt Disney's Frozen or whatever, right? And it would come up with all the theories and all the speculation and all that stuff. Now, when you look up Walt Disney's Frozen, it comes up with the movie. So they kind of hid all of those search features.
I don't know if I believe that, because Frozen was such a great hit. It makes me hard to believe that they would center a whole movie called Frozen just because they want to hide the conspiracy theories of Walt Disney's head being frozen.
I don't know if they made the film that reason, but it was definitely titled that reason. Like, it could have been called like Ice Queen or, like what's the town? Like whatever the town is.
Frozen Town.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
But it could be called like a bunch of different things, but it was specifically called Frozen to hide that stuff, which I think is a cool theory. And then also I told Ryan I want to add this too. So we talked about a few weeks ago about iCarly, and there is one episode in iCarly where the girls go to Dingo Studios. And it's kind of a play off of Disney and like the Disney Channel. And then in that episode, Carly and Sam are dealing with like the writers, where Freddie and Spencer are going and they're trying to find Dingo, like the main creator of the Dingo Studios. I forget what his name is, something Dingo. Oh, Charles Dingo, in the basement, and they find his frozen head. So that's a whole play on the idea that Walt Disney's head is frozen in Walt Disneyland.
We should go look for him.
I mean, it's a good adventure.
Well, there's so many hidden contraptions in Disney World, I feel like. Like, there's so many hidden rooms and, like, castles. I mean, it's kind of creepy to think about how much power Disney World has. I was reading something where they control the scent of each room or even the scent of each location to, like, hypnotize our brains into thinking and feeling a certain way when we're in that particular spot. Like, that's the kind of control this Disney or this theme park has on us people. Like, that's freaky. So, I mean, maybe Disney's head's off rolling around somewhere. I don't know.
When you're in, that's...
I just sound like a Disney character right there.
When you're in Walt Disney World and, like, Walt Disneyland, when you walk around the main, like, lands, like there's Frontierland, Adventureland, Tomorrowland, as Ryan said, that's actually very true, where, like, they're controlling what you see and the sight lines. It's very... When they made the park and made the lands, that's very, important to what the design was. Then they're also adding in like what am I thinking of? Sounds. Like, they're adding in certain sounds and different scents as well. So maybe they're adding in like a popcorn scent, or they're adding in like this old Western scent that they've created in a lab somewhere, that when you're in Frontierland, you feel as though you're in like the Wild West.
Dude, I saw one more thing on this. I saw where they paint doors a certain shade of green, maybe.
Yep.
So that apparently us humans, we don't recognize that shade of green, and we don't even recognize the door being there.
So that's called Go Away Green.
Oh, I'm right. I'm full of facts. I do my research.
How did you know about that?
I was doing research I prepare, Paul. Great performers prepare. It's like Michael Jordan. He's always in the gym getting the shots up. Kobe Bryant's always in the shots up. Derek Jeter always in the batting cage.
You're always on.
I'm always learning. I'm always learning how to be better, Paul.
There's a thing called Go Away Green. It's a pink color that Disney uses when they want to hide things. That's awesome, right? Look at that.
I am the Disney guy.
What's our next Disney conspiracy
Big
theory?
Ratatouille guy.
No, you're not.
All right, so our next one is pretty kind of wild. It's no one is allowed to die in Disney World. Like, what? Why? How come no one can die in Disney World? So perhaps this is one of the strangest conspiracy theories, is that no one can really die at the happiest place on Earth. So according to how stuff works, I mean, I don't know how credible that source is, how stuff works, looks familiar, but many believe Disney employees go out of their way to conceal deaths from the public. And the big thing is that no one can be pronounced dead until their body is removed from the park. So someone will die at the park. There's been a couple instances where, I mean, off the top of my head, I was doing my research. I'm not going to show, but okay. Someone got their head squished while being in a costume of some sort of costume. Maybe we can look it up. Maybe not. Maybe we don't want to watch that video. But apparently someone like committed suicide because they after a bad breakup or something, and they escorted them out of the theme park even though he was like dead, like 100% dead at the park, they escort him out of the theme park, get the ambulance, even though they know he's dead, and then they pronounce him dead at the hospital instead of at the theme park.
Makes sense. I think, okay,
go ahead.
Well, no, so like automatically on the top of my head, I was thinking about maybe, like a health issue. Maybe you have like a heart attack in the park or something like that, right? And that makes sense that Disney being the happiest place on earth and don't want the bad PR that they're not going to allow anyone to technically die on property, which makes sense. And I think a bunch of other theme parks and things are that way too. And that's kind of for, what's it called? It's called for like insurance reasons. So they're like, oh, it's like in the parking lot, or, they pronounce them dead like away at the hospital, as Ryan said. So
that seems illegal.
It's just interesting.
It's also pretty stupid. I mean, everybody already knows that guy's dead. And obviously we know. It took me 2 seconds to Google this from How Stuff Works, and I found out that people die in Disney World. It's just that they're trying to save their image of the happiest place on earth. I mean, I'm not bashing Disney World. It sounds like I'm coming right at their neck.
You kind of are. I'm not bashing them, but how you doing this?
But I mean, people die everywhere. Just accept that people are dying in your park, Disney. Gosh.
Accept it.
Well, don't accept it, but you know what I'm getting
Just kill people in the parks, man. I mean, might as well at this point.
All right, what's our third Disney conspiracy that we want to talk about, Paul?
So third one here, I think this is common for kind of like any famous place that people like to spread their loved ones' ashes, right? So this is
a lot of dead people going on here. I mean, we've had 3 conspiracy theories, and they're all about dead people.
They're all dead. Chop them off here. Okay. But something that people do, and this is actually a very this is a bad issue that Disney has, and it's kind of came out about it because you can't hide this when a lot of your fans are doing this. But many people are actually spreading their ashes, or spreading ashes of their.
They're spreading their own ashes.
They can't do that. Many people are actually spreading the ashes of their loved ones at Disneyland and Walt Disney World, in usually the Haunted Mansion. And that makes sense because if you've ever ridden the Haunted Mansion, it's about the dead. It's about like the afterlife.
That makes me want to not go there. I mean, it's already haunted to begin with. It's already the Haunted Mansion. And now you're going to tell me there's dead ashes around there. Dead ashes. There's ashes.
All ashes are dead.
There's live ashes there. I'm just not interested in that. I'm not a scary guy to begin with, and you're making the haunted extra haunted, and I'm just not interested in that.
But what people don't actually know is once you spread your ashes, you spread your loved one's ashes. We're crazy over here. But they don't actually stay in the attraction for long.
Are you dead, Paul?
No, I'm not. I hope not, man. I hope not. But each night, cast members will go in, and they're responsible for vacuuming and cleaning the ride.
That's nuts, dude.
So just like I know people try to spread ashes on their favorite football team, or whatever. It's like your dad passed away.
On their football team. Here, Carson Wentz, good game, dude. Here's my dad's ashes. Go Birds, baby.
They try to spread their loved ones' ashes on their
field.
favorite football. Yeah, the field.
Not
right?
them, not the people.
Hopefully not the people. But the field, just like the Haunted Mansion here, is always vacuumed once a week or once every couple days. So you'll never be able to really keep it there.
That sucks. Yo, Phil, what are you working on tonight? I got to go vacuum the ashes out of the haunted house. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds like a good time. You think it's at nighttime they got to do that?
Yeah, when the park's
closed.
Dude,
that guy better be getting paid the most out of everybody there. You'd have to pay me at least $3.2 million to do that.
I feel like you would know. And I feel like that's specific to you. If you were cleaning the Haunted Mansion and you knew it was specifically dirty in one area, you would know that's probably someone's ashes.
Hey, I work at Walt Disney World. Oh, yeah, what do? I vacuum the ashes of the dead people at the haunted house. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Not the best job in the world. But it says here, too, Pirates of the Caribbean and It's a Small World are also popular places.
I mean, it's a cute idea. You said, so this is an ongoing issue that Disney's not cool with?
Yeah, Disney's well aware that they sneak their loved ones' ashes into the park, usually in like a water bottle or something small, not like an urn, something big, but they'll just be on the ride, and then as they're on the ride, they'll just kind of pull it out of their pocket and just kind of spread it, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. All right, so our last Disney conspiracy theory is that Club 33 was used for Freemason meetings. So now, while there's no way of knowing the real truth, many believe that Walt Disney was a Freemason indeed. And he had plans to create a secret meeting spot, which is now Club 33 for the members back then. So another fun fact about this, Club 33 is that many actually believe the Illuminati, which is a secret group of people working to establish the New World Order, runs the Freemasons. So there's a lot of Secret Service shit going on in Disney World. I'm not too knowledgeable on Club 33. Even before the show, I was like, I don't really know what Club 33 is or like what. So can you enlighten me, Paul, about Club 33? Like, what is it?
Club 33 is a private membership you can buy to the Walt Disney World theme parks. In Disneyland and Walt Disney World in Orlando. I think in Walt Disney World right now, each park, the 4 major parks, they all have like a secret Club 33 location. And it's basically like a bar. Like it's like a secret bar, hangout, club area that was originally built for Walt Disney in Disneyland that he would go and have meetings in. So it would be like a nice bar that if he would bring clients or bring people into the parks, that he would, then go in and hang out with them, treat them, and kind of like...
Do you think they would have strippers there?
I don't think that Minnie was stripping on...
Well, I didn't say Minnie. You brought the characters involved in that one.
I don't think he had anybody in there, but it's just an interesting idea.
So I even asked Paul, I wasn't sure what a Freemason was. So that you can tell me what a Freemason is?
Yeah. Oh, so Club 33 is actually still a thing. It's a secret membership, and you can buy. It's not too secret.
You said it was
now.
like $60,000 to buy for a year.
I think it's around 30,000.
I mean, like, what's the wait list on that? So I'm sure a shit ton of people would pay $30,000 a year to own that.
Yeah,
I mean, that's like easy money for people who are Disney lovers.
Yeah, if you're...
Well, not for me, but...
If you do have a lot of money and you are willing to pay that, I bet there probably is a wait list or like some kind of thing. Maybe you have to know, just like any private or secret club, you have to know like 2 people to get in or that kind of thing. But Ryan was saying that...
Like a Freemason. I don't know what that is.
So a Freemason is kind of known as the world's like most secret organization. It just as if you were a member of a fraternity or a sorority or like Greek life in that sense. It's kind of like the next level up where it's a secret organization that has traditions and like rituals and that kind of thing. And it's pretty cool.
Are you like self-acclaimed into this? You go, you know what? You wake up, you turn your lights on, you brush your teeth. I'm going to be a Freemason today.
No, absolutely not.
Really?
You have to get in. It's a secret, it's like a private elite club of people.
Oh, well, where is there like an application I got to fill out?
No, that's the thing.
Well, how the hell do I get in?
You don't know. You got to find out, man. That's the whole point, bro. It's one of the world's most elite
Don't you know
organizations.
A guy?
I do know a guy.
Well, tell him to text me. I want to be in this thing.
Well, I think you need a little more
experience.
Yeah,
doing what? I don't even know what these people do.
That's the problem, man. That's the whole point. But this is just interesting.
Dude, this world hides so much shit from us. I need to know more about this world.
But it does make sense that Walt Disney would probably be in the Freemasons.
I got a good idea. We can make a TikTok, and I guarantee there's some Freemasons on TikTok. Then we'll tell them to comment if you're a Freemason. Then I'll favorite it and be like, oh, I'll say a code word. I'll say ashes. And then if I say ashes, you like it, then that gives you the green light to DM us, and then you give me the application to fill out to be a Freemason.
I don't think they'll let you in. But
code word ashes.
Whatever you want to do, buddy.
I want to get in.
But that kind of that definitely ends our talk about Disney conspiracy theories. They're all dealing with usually
death
or secret world societies.
You think the Freemasons know where Walt Disney's head is?
I think they would. I think if it was frozen...
Comment. Ashes.
If it was frozen and in Disneyland, I think the Freemasons would probably know about it.
Paul, we're doing big things here, such big things that we actually have a sponsor for this episode today. What do we have for our sponsor?
Support for Life's a Party is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision engineering tools for your family jewels. They obsess over their technology developments to provide you the best tools for grooming experience. Manscaped is trusted by over 2 million men worldwide. We have an exclusive offer for our listeners right here. Get 20% off plus free shipping with our code Life's a Party at manscaped.com.
And make a party downstairs.
Pretty dope. We're excited about it. Thank you for Manscaped for supporting this week's episode.
Yeah, I love it. I got to use the thing. Oh my God. The tool was out. First of all, I take it out of the package. It's small. It's light. It It has no wire attachment, so it can go any nick and cranny. I mean, we're talking every nick and cranny. I don't want to get down to the nitty gritty here. My razor's actually up there. It's actually used, so it's probably best as far away as possible from our mouse or anything around that. But how'd you enjoy your experience, Paul?
Yeah, this is pretty cool. So Manscaped is like a, as I said, below the waist grooming. So this thing's not for your face. It's for men to make sure that their package is looking good for the ladies. And looking good for yourself, too. You just want to make sure yourself's good, right?
Yeah.
So I think, that's what it's for. As I said, don't use it for your face. Ryan, when we first talked about it, I thought it was so funny. I was like, yo, Ryan, we got these, Manscaped called us and talked to us, and they're going to send us some items, and we're going to check it out, like review it. He's like, oh, well, he's like, I need something new for my face, like blah, 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 blah.
And Paul's like, it's actually for your pubes. I was like, oh, okay, we're not going to use that promo idea. We're actually going to have to use these on our pubes. But today I used the whole thing. I used the razor. Then after I got done the razor,
it's like the ball deodorant.
I took a shower. I got the ball deodorant, like lotion. Bruh. That was just amazing. And then I got a cologne they got that spray your balls. It actually turned out that once I got done spraying the cologne on my balls actually looked up and they thanked me.
They said thank you. Bro.
They actually thanked me. It's that magical.
It's definitely it's interesting. I use one of their older products. This is the brand new. I think it's maybe been out for like a year. This is the Lawnmower 3.0. The best thing I like about this one, not gonna lie though, from the difference from the older version. So this one has a light in it.
Oh yeah, the light is cool.
And I think the light is actually like it's a small touch, but it's a huge difference from the other ones.
I think I have mine right here. Where is it?
Here, this is the razor right here.
That's yours. Yours has pubes on it already.
No, is mine over here?
Oh great.
I think this is yours.
Where's mine?
Yeah, this is yours, bro.
Okay, so you probably just buzzed my pubes all over you. So that's cool. But here it is. Nice little light on it. You can get any nick and cranny. It's still got some hairs in there, actually.
But we just wanted to talk about it. I know a lot of our viewers are men, but it obviously like
you can use it on your face.
Stop. Please don't use it and stop.
Oh, sorry.
Not supposed to use it on your face.
Sorry.
But we know a lot of our listeners are men, so we thought this would be pretty cool. But like ladies too, I think this is a really good gift for your man.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? If you want to look at it, right? So make sure it's groomed and looking good, smelling good. I think the ball deodorant.
You want to look at it.
Yeah. Well,
dude, the lotion deodorant, that thing is magical.
It's changing. I never used anything like that before.
And also the razors are really short, so the hair doesn't get stuck in them. It's like once you shave it, the hair just flies off, and you don't have to worry about like blowing on it or dapping or like banging on the table to get the hairs out. It's like they just magically already come out.
So this like basic package that our like promo code and stuff will work for. This is going to give you the razor, the Lawnmower 3.0, and this is going to give you the two lotions that we got as well. One's like a ball deodorant. So
amazing.
So you shower, you clean off, you dry off, and then you use it. And then Ryan said too, there's like a
cologne,
for your balls too.
That's where they thank you. That's at that point. Once they do the full cycle, the balls look up and they thank you. And then don't forget the underwear, dude. I put the underwear on. After I did the deodorant, after I did the cologne spray on the balls, I put the nice silky soft underwear on. Dude, it had me feeling like David Beckham. I felt like David Beckham, and then I accidentally like caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror, and I was like, I need to put some clothes on. Like, I'm not David Beckham. I might feel like David Beckham with all these tools, but I need to put some clothes on.
So definitely, if you're interested or you've ever been like interested about like buying Manscaped before, I know it's like a little expensive. We were kind of looking at the prices before, but like we get 20% off plus free shipping,
and it's worth it. It's so worth it.
And it's absolutely.
I used it one time, and I feel like I already got my money's worth.
Yeah, I'm surprised Ryan has never used something like this before.
Well, I don't really grow a lot of hair, and when I do, I kind of just like utilize whatever I see in sight. Yeah. So this is good. I actually have something now.
So thank you, Manscaped, again for sponsoring this week's episode.
If you need some models, I mean, I'll model in the underwear. I mean, maybe the what's not the super size model.
Plus size model.
If you need a plus size model, Life's a Party Ryan got your back there.
That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use our code Life's a Party. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
So our last block of the day is bucket list. So Paul and I are going to go down the list of some of the most famous bucket list tasks and talk about them. Would we do them? How would we do it? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about these bucket list things. You're a big bucket list guy.
I think you got to live your life to the fullest, right? And that's what we talk about on the show all the time. You got to live your life, be who you are, and don't really care about other people. But like bucket list items is just like those main big events in your life, right? So like, what are they? What can you do? Like, how do you do it? Why are we gonna do it? Let's do it.
All right. So the first one, Paul's all jacked up here.
Why?
It's almost like he'd like shotgun a Red Bull before this.
Let's do it, baby. What do we got?
All right. The first one is to go skydiving. That's a big number one bucket list for many people out there. Many have been successful and many have failed. Many have done it.
Many have. I have already crossed this item off of my bucket list.
Nice, dude. How was that? How was it?
It was, it's one of those things where a lot of people will only do it once, and they'll do it once because it's just a thrill like no other. There's really nothing that I've ever done in life that has matched the energy and the thrill of jumping out of an airplane.
Here's my thing. It's like I don't think I'd have an issue like free falling. I don't think that would be my issue. My issue would be once I'm like strapped to the front of the guy and I start inching my way at the edge of the plane and then all I see is nothing in front of me. That's the part I'd have to overcome. It's like actually getting up and preparing to do it and then taking a couple steps forward. And I also want to be the one that jumps myself. The dude apparently just pushes you off.
Yeah, they do.
That's not cool, dude.
Well, that's the thing where he's got the weight behind you, right? If you're up there, you can't hold everyone back. He's got to make sure you go. And
dude, it's so scary thinking about.
There's a thing with there's a cool audio on TikTok with Will Smith, and he talks about skydiving, and he says, they'll count to 3, and they'll be like 1, 2, and that's when they push on 2 because people will usually grab the plane on 3 to try to stop themselves. But I mean, I've done it. I've done it twice now. I did it once when I was 18. It was a graduation gift from my dad, graduating high school, and then I did it once with my little sister. And the second time I did it was so much better because I wasn't as nervous. I really wasn't nervous the first time, but I kind of could just like enjoy it more. When I was free falling, I was looking around a little bit more.
You're doing like backflips?
No, not yet, man. That's what I want to do.
Well, you want to get your skydiving license, right?
That is something I want to do.
Wait. Before we get to that, you said that we can't be in your wedding, like our guy friends, unless we skydive into the wedding.
So I have a...
I mean, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I'm going to have to think it over for a little bit, but is this a true thing we're going to have to do?
So I have an idea. Yes, it is. I have an idea.
Well, I wish you didn't have an idea.
That I told some of my close friends. There's like that when I get married, the groomsmen will have to skydive out of the plane to get to wherever the wedding is, right? So it's like, say we're doing the wedding outside. I'm going to plan it that all the groomsmen, we're going to be in our tuxes, like ready to go, and we'll all skydive out of the plane together. We'll land, make sure we're good, walk up, and then wait for the bride to come down the aisle.
Oh, yeah. Sounds so easy. And sounds like such a good time.
So hopefully, no one would like get injured.
Well, what if I like take a wrong turn and I'm end up in a tree?
You'll be like attached to someone, bro.
I've seen a couple times people go skydiving and end up in a tree.
Well, then if you miss the wedding, you miss the wedding. It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
Messed up. All right, so what's our next one for bucket list? Check it off. I guess I'm checking skydiving off soon.
Yeah,
so.
you're gonna. Next one here we got is go on a wild safari. So, but we have to clarify what this means.
Is this by yourself, wild safari ride, or are we talking like a Disney attraction safari ride? Because if we're talking about going to a safari ride with yourself, hell no. I'm not doing it.
Not like a safari with people in like Africa?
Like, what do you mean with people in Africa?
Like you go on, just like, you go to Six Flags or you go to Disney, right? And you're in Animal Kingdom and you're on like that bus.
Safari.
Yeah, you're on the safari.
Is that what it's called? No, it's not called. The bus isn't called a safari.
No.
The safari is the trees.
Journey, right? So you're on it with everybody and you're going through it just like in Orlando. But that's the same idea. Why can't you do it with a group of people but in Africa?
Because
you don't have to be by yourself, like with a Jeep, with one guide.
Because they don't have like fences and when you're on that safari ride, there's fences to block the lions and tigers.
Yeah.
In Africa, they'll just walk across your car.
Yeah, there's no fences holding back the lions.
Yeah, so when you're like, why would you just do that in Africa? Well, there's a giant tiger staring me into my eyes. I don't think I want to do that.
But I feel like that's more on the bucket list of like that's what would be on the bucket list, not a Six Flags Safari.
We've done that 40 times. But I saw a video of, I don't think it might have been a TikTok, where there was a buffalo just walking in the middle of the road.
Yes,
and he was
I've seen
literally
this.
bashing cars. But he was like gently tapping a car, and it would put a ginormous dent into the car.
He was going, yeah, it was like a Six Flags Safari, like with your car. And he was literally just going in and out of the cars, like kind of banging them.
Dude, that's what I hate the most. So, oh God, don't get me started on this. So, Great Adventure has a safari ride. And what drives me nuts is they clearly state, please do not feed the animals. They say it a million times before you get in there. They say it over a loudspeaker as you're going through. Please do not feed the animals. And what do these people do in front of it all the time? They put the windows down. You got the camel putting his whole fucking his head in the window.
That's
got
like
his tongue rubbing all over the mirror, the back mirror. Like, no, stop feeding the giraffe a carrot and get out of the way.
That's the giraffes for sure. That's like what's happening.
Are there not camels? Well, camels are usually in the desert.
I don't think they're camels in an African safari.
I was thinking of a giraffe.
Yeah.
Are they related, camels and giraffes? Maybe not. Probably not. Probably.
You're not. I'm not the guy to ask for that
Okay,
one.
next one. Speaking of animals, number 3 is the cage dive with sharks.
This is something that I would do 110%.
This is, I'm going to sit this one out. Okay, so you can talk about how bad you want to do this as I sit over here and sip my lemonade.
This is interesting though. One of my worst fears in life is drowning. I think drowning is one of the worst ways to go
But
out.
he really wants to do this.
There's 2 terrible ways to go out.
Oh, yeah.
1, drowning. 2, burning alive.
And dying in Disney World.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the third one.
That's like the worst ways to go out.
No, I'm with you because especially, what's it? Submarine divers? No, that's not what they're called.
Like scuba divers.
Scuba divers freak me out, dude. The fact that they're so far underneath the water
There's pressure on you.
and all they have to rely on their life is an oxygen tank.
Yeah.
One little thing that goes wrong with your oxygen tank, you're done. You're curtains. You're drowning in the ocean.
Your curtains.
All right, but why do you want to swim with sharks?
I think it's just a cool experience. I've
Or
seen
cage dive.
a lot of people do it. I just saw, I think like Dude Perfect did it. I mean, when I was younger, I saw, what's his name? Rob Deerdeck. He used to do it. And I just think it's a cool experience. I've seen a lot of people just have a really great time. It's safe. It's definitely
Safe.
Yeah, you're in a cage,
Have
bro.
you not seen Shark Week?
Yeah, there's what? All those cameras and all
It's
that
not
footage.
safe.
All the footage comes back because those people are safe in the cage.
It's not safe.
And you're just having a good time. It's exhilarating, and like that's what's good about a bucket list. You know, it's those moments that like push you to the edge, and that they're once in a life. And I think, you know,
The problem with those shark cages is that there's big holes in there.
yeah,
And they're strong enough to bend it, and then it creates more space. You're nuts, dude.
I don't think
I'm not doing that. I don't even want to go swimming with dolphins, let alone sharks.
dolphins are not gonna hurt you.
They might. They might
not.
hurt me.
Next one we got here, I think this is a little more Ryan speed, but
Maybe not, to be honest. But it's arrive at an airport. Wait, is this my turn?
it doesn't matter.
Arrive at an airport and take a flight randomly. So you show up at an airport. You have no idea where you're going. I guess you can buy a ticket. You could buy a ticket there.
I think this is more for someone who lived in the 1950s. I don't really think this is a thing anymore,
Yeah, I don't
unfortunately.
think so.
Especially with the way like security is with TSA in an airport.
Yeah.
But I remember people used to do this. You'd be like show up, and you would buy a ticket randomly and just like go wherever. Now, if you did do that, you're kind of like sus. It's like, okay, what are you doing? Like, why? Like, what's going on?
I don't think I would do well in like the Amazing Race.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
No, I'm thinking about. I would not do well with that. I only speak one language. I don't eat a lot of food. That's different culture. I'm not a big travel guy. I know my girlfriend wants to go.
Okay, so you're crossing, yeah, especially Amazing Race. If you don't want to travel,
Well, I mean, I want to go to a couple places. It's just I don't feel like the whole process of packing and then going on the plane and then sitting. Like if the plane ride's over 3 hours, that's a little much for me. Am I a buzzkill for this bucket list?
a little bit.
I want to do nothing.
Ryan's like, my bucket list is to not move my ass from the couch. That's my bucket
Let's
list.
go back to the Chug Bud tools and the binge drinking. My bucket list is to do all those in one night. That's a good bucket list. All right, so I guess like the more modern way for this, because you can't really just go to an airport and go on whatever flight you want. I guess the more modern way to do it is like to get a bus and be like, yo, where are we going to go with this bus? Let's just go on a road trip. Like wake up one day and go, let's just drive maybe like 20 hours somewhere and just make a day out of it.
A day. Yeah, you make a full day out of it. Something that I mean, that's actually interesting you bring that up. I mean, I've talked to you about it. I've always wanted to buy a bus. I've talked to my girlfriend about it. I see people on TikTok all the time. They're like remodeling their like a bus and make it their home, bring their dog, their cat along, and they're gone for like a couple months and just kind of tour the country. And that's something that I've always wanted to do. So you can't take a flight, buy a bus, and head off into the country.
I am going to sit out on that one actually again, too. So I'm not going to do that one.
Next one here. So this bucket list item, these bucket list rhymes.
There's got to be one I can do. Come on, there's got to be one.
The next thing we want to take a look at is riding a hot air balloon.
It's not going to start now. I'll tell you that. Not going to start. I'm not going to get in one of those.
Really? Why not?
I'm not a big Ferris wheel. I'm not as scared of heights, and you know I'm not. I go on all the rides. I mean, I'd probably go skydiving, but I did parasailing one time, a couple times actually.
That's like a smaller bucket list item.
Yeah, so I did it, and then I'm like up there, and it's like I was bored.
Okay.
It's like once you get up there, it's like this is it. Like we're just gonna chill up here. Like I feel like that's how I would do with the hot air balloon. But also I feel like I don't get claustrophobic either. But I feel like that's such a small space. Like what if I'm like mad at you and I'd be like, yo, fuck Paul, and I can easily push you off.
I think that's a really bad place to get in an argument. Would be a hot air balloon. But I think hot air balloon.
Like, do you wear seatbelts?
No.
I think you should wear.
You're like walking around. It's a basket.
Walking around?
Yeah.
No, literally the basket is like not that big, dude.
It's like 4 feet or it's like 6 feet by 6 feet.
You can't walk around. Is there like a max? Like how many people? Like 2, 3 people?
Probably like 4.
I don't even know how that would be romantic because you can't get no privacy from the guy flying the thing. Because you're literally right there.
But that's the difference, I think, between all these bucket list items where a lot of these have been more...
You can't do on your own.
Well, yeah, not doing on your own, but these more have been like exhilarating and like adventurous, where this is more of like relaxing, romantic kind of thing, where taking a hot air balloon ride would be great with, a girlfriend, boyfriend, significant other, and you just like go up there, take a ride, like take a couple hours, you book the hot air balloon guy, and you're ready to go.
It does intrigue me, though. I mean, just how they work. It's literally just flames, right? Like a flame.
It's hot air, baby. Hot air.
It's like hot air balloon.
Yeah, it's you. It's just that brain. Hot air. You know what I mean?
What? You just call my brain hot air?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means. All right. Well, I'm not doing the hot air balloon. I'm gonna sit that one out as well.
The last one, I think you'll get one of these items. This last one.
Okay. This last one is to be in the Saturday Night Live audience. So we're taking a little major step down from all the exhilarating bucket list challenges, and this is to be in the audience for a show of Saturday Night Live, the historic Saturday show that's on at night.
Well, I think the difference between this bucket list item of being in the live audience of Saturday Night Live is this is more of an elite club to be in than being like something that everyone else could do, like skydiving or going on a safari ride, where like those, there's no, you just buy a ticket or, like book the event or whatever, right? Where this is really hard. The way to get in, it's a lottery. You have to sign up for it. You have to get randomly picked for it. And it's really hard to get in. And, it's only a small amount of people who have ever really been there watching a live taping of the show, which is like cool.
So from my understanding, I've never tried. I don't think you've ever tried for Saturday Night Live tickets. But my understanding is you would have to get there at like 7 a.m., right? And you go to like the Broadway theater window, and then you would have to be there all night until the show shoots at, I don't even know, like 11 they shoot?
Yeah, I think the show shoots at 11:30 maybe.
So that's like a long-ass day, dude, especially if you're outside of New York and you go for us, we're closed, but it's still a whole day like escapade. So we literally have to go to New York, take the train. We get there at 7 a.m. just to get tickets to be in the studio audience. And then think about that. You got to be in New York from 7 to 11 p.m. And it's like, that day is exhausting.
So there's a few different ways if you want to get on Saturday Night Live. Ryan and I both have watched Jimmy Fallon and The Tonight Show, which has been pretty cool. We've been in that live studio audience where Jimmy, it's the same website actually. I mean, it's in the same building. It's in Rockefeller or 30 Rock. So it's in the same building. But Jimmy Fallon, you can apply for tickets, and they're both free. But you can apply for tickets to be a part of the lottery, and this is like once a month to Jimmy Fallon, and you put your name in, you have to sign up, you pick your dates, and you might get a slot in like a random day that you pick that you can go for Fallon. Where on the contrary, Saturday Night Live for the lottery is only once a year. So it happens once a year.
Damn.
And, Jimmy Fallon's doing like 5 recordings every week, right?
Yeah.
Saturday Night Live does 1 recording a week, and they only do like 20 shows a year?
Yeah.
So it's a lot different there, and it's a lot harder to get on Saturday Night Live than to be in a taping of like a late show. Or as Ryan said, you can go and I forget what they're called.
Those might be like the leftover ones, or people who won the lottery and then can't make it anymore. I think that might be what it is then.
Yeah, and that's the thing with the line where like you want to get there at 7 a.m. or even 6 a.m. because it's just leftover seats. That's right.
Well, you say that it's like you always tell me like if you're gonna go see a Broadway show, like that's the move is to get to that window early, and then get tickets that way because they're almost like half the price.
Well, yeah, Broadway is another thing if you want to like see a show on Broadway.
That's a good bucket list.
Yeah,
go with your girlfriend, boyfriend, your family. Go see a Broadway show. That was on my bucket list, and I checked it off.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different bucket list items. We can return to the segment because I think there's levels of like adventure.
Like now on my bucket list, I want to be a Freemason.
Okay,
so that's on my bucket list now. So I'm excited to take on that adventure.
There we go.
And maybe we'll have a lottery to see our show. Maybe do a little live audience here and have a little lottery. What do you say about that?
I think that'll be in a very exclusive club. So if you're interested in that, like DM us, let us know if you'd be willing, and we'll put some tickets out. We'll get you here.
All right. Great show.
That's our show for today.
All right, so we're actually on Twitter now, Paul.
We are on Twitter. It is the same as all of our other social media, so we're super excited about that. That is Life's a Party Pod. If you want to give us a follow over there, join the Twitter gang. We're going to be doing some different stuff, some updates of like movie news, sports news, pop culture. We'll give you some party tips on Friday, Saturday night, just to make sure that you're always the life of the party. So Twitter's kind of be like a different venue for us, which is pretty dope. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, if you haven't already as well. TikTok, we're up to like 60,000 subscribers or followers, right?
In 3 months.
In 3 months. I told Ryan that the other day. We're just over 3 months of being on TikTok, so we're really proud of that, which is awesome. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, thanks for listening and watching. Hit that subscribe button on those channels so you never miss when we hit a new show. Usually Tuesday. Tuesday is our day.
Every day is our day.
Every day is our day. No matter what day you want to listen, we'll be there for you. That's the whole point of this. But thanks for listening and getting to the end. As always,
music. Take us out.
Peace, baby.
Later.